Good evening, everyone on YouTube. Do you remember that line? Well, you should. Because 1 year ago, October 10th, 2009, I joined YouTube showing you all the systems I had back then. That was 18. Now, I come to think this is a bit more. Yes. And to celebrate my 1 year anniversary on YouTube, I'm going to check off all my current systems. We're going to start from the right all the way to the left. Yep, standing up now, either way. So from right all the way over there. Yep. Okay, first off, we have the Sega Genesis CDX with Sonic the Hedgehog Mega Drive version in there, and in the CD case is, you probably can't see it, but it's Sonic CD. Above it is my Model 1 Sega Genesis with the high definition graphics logo on it, attached to a Sega CD and a 32X, and being eaten by the Sega CD is the Sega Game Gear. And you may or may not notice, but it has a little stereo jack there. Up here, you see my two original Xboxes, both of which are suffering from the red ring of death right now. Above it, you see my laptop, where I do all the reviews, edit, and right now the light decides to flicker, and so on. Over here, you see my Xbox. One of my Xbox 360s, Nintendo DSi XL, squished against that is the PS2, and at the edge there is the PS3, and underneath all that is another Xbox 360. Over here is my second Genesis Model 1 without the HD graphics and a 32X on top. Next to it is a Genesis Model 2 with Cyberball in it. And I forgot to mention over here that the 32X there has Shadow Squadron. Sega Dreamcast. Now, I suppose you're wondering what the big boombox thing over here is. It's just there. Over here you see a couple of iPhones. Couldn't find, didn't want to get them off because, like the iPhone series, they're all charging. Yep, and next to that is my first original cell phone. And hiding behind all that is the iPad box, again charging. Stupid Apple. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, Sega Dreamcast. So after Sega Dreamcast there's Nintendo 64, my first system, still doing good. Looking for the TriStar, or possibly even the 64DD if I can ever raise like $350 million. Behind that is one of my DSi X, not the XL, just plain DSi. Over here is another white DSi. Under that is a Game Boy Advance, purple, original. Here you see the Retro Duo, sitting with two Super Nintendos. Next to the DSi and Game Boy you see original top loader, and hiding underneath that is the original Nintendo. Over here you see the PlayStation 1 redesign being eaten by original. Next to the big boombox you see Nintendo GameCube with Game Boy player. Over there you see my Atari 5200 2-port with the original DS with 20-hour extended battery, PSP 1000, and the burgundy color Nintendo DSi XL. Probably can't see it too well because of the black covering of the 5200. Over there you see my Sears Telegames Super Pong 4. Below that is my Atari 7800. Next to that is my 4-port Atari 5200 with, probably can't see, but DS Lite number 1, original Game Boy, DS Lite number 2, Crimson Red, kind of rare. Right here you see Intellivision Model 1. Over here you see the Atari 2600 4-port Woody. Way over there you see ColecoVision, which unfortunately won't get power. Gonna have to see what's up with that. And one of my more recent systems, the Atari 2600 Heavy 6er Sears Telegames Edition. Now here come the plug and plays. So, the only two that are good that I know of is Paintball and Miss Pac-Man. Yep. Well, might as well check them off. That's some weird skateboarding game. Couldn't find a board, but it's not even worth trying to find. It's terrible. If I still had the box, or heck, if I even still had the review of it, I'll post it, but it's my early days, like maybe 9 months ago. Probably more, probably even a year. Above that you see some snowboarding thing. It's okay, but has more like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis graphics. Over here you see a ball thing. I'm not sure. Hiding underneath the ball thing is a motorcycle thing, which was pretty good until it wouldn't show anything on the screen. And then you see 2 drumsticks. What the heck? Well, if you remember maybe 2-3 years back, they advertised these drumsticks so that you could play in the air. But I got them, really disappointed. They hardly even worked. And yep, they're there. I have a few other plug and plays as well, but I don't want to go digging for them. And sure, I also have a 20 questions thing that magically appeared. Well, that is all my systems I have currently. Some of which may not be systems in your eyes, but hey, anything's a system in my eyes. And you also notice there's a curtain back there. Behind it are 3 old computers. I also have another computer way over there next to an old TV and fish tank. That big monitor, if you remember. Yep. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. This has been 1 year of gaming from gameboy3800. Thanks, Gameboy out. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, is that, like, over here is a Spider-Man plug and play. Just kind of left it out there. It's really bad. It won't go left. And then hidden on the big boombox is Generation 1 iPod Nano. And yep, cheerio. Yep, as you can see, there's another thing. Hi, you can see me. Yeah, some old 80s, let's see when. Let's eject the card out. 89, some kind of old New York mapping system. Not quite sure. I'm gonna have to do some research, find a power adapter, or see if there's any batteries in it. Probably not. Yeah, that's just one thing I forgot to include. Sharp Wizard 256 kilobyte. Wow, so advanced. Yeah, then underneath this little rubber thing here is like a little headphone jack or something. Then something to hook it up to, I don't know, Commodore, some kind of computer. And yes, there's a guest in here, but if I show you his face, I'm probably going to get sued and probably put in jail. I don't know. So he's a mystery for now. I gotta paint this room sometime. Yep, and a tape recorder. And last but not least, Xbox 360 cooler fan. I mentioned it in my 360 video, but not here. I know, I was clumsy. And now the Google eyes are probably going to shoot lasers out and kill everyone in sight. Yep, goodbye. And yep, it is what it is. The Atari 5200 2600 cartridge adapter. And what's not here and I couldn't find was the pink Nintendo DS Lite, the blue Nintendo DSi, and the pink Game Boy Advance SP. What? Pink's a cool color. And also, I don't know, something from Space Invaders is going to come down and shoot the White House. It's Judgment Day all over again.